Hey yo, what's going on everybody? This is David, and today I'm going to be giving my final thoughts on the new update 5.2.0 of Battlefield 2042. I just pretty much got done playing over 4 hours of this new update. I played some in the morning before work, then I played some after work. I think before work I probably put in like 30 minutes, and then when I came back I was probably putting in like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I did a little video of my first impressions where I was playing the game, or the new update rather, on my PlayStation 5. So I was playing it on my PS5 to see how it felt there. And then the majority of my gameplay, which is the gameplay you're seeing here, is done on my Xbox Series X. And the reason I play on the Series X rather than the PlayStation 5 is because the Series X version of Battlefield 2042 has all of my progression that was carried over from the PC version, whereas the PS5 I had to start a whole new account. So I don't have anything unlocked in the PS5. On the Xbox, at least, I have everything unlocked since the day I started playing this on a PC. And also, for some reason, the game feels better to me on the Series X. I don't know why. Anyways, here we're playing the new Hourglass reworked map. This is a rush game mode. I also played Breakthrough on this map and Conquest. However, I only got like one match of Conquest on this map because I couldn't get back into any other Conquest matches. I was getting some kind of weird internet error message anytime I try to go into the Hourglass Conquest matches. So I had to play Breakthrough and I had to play Rush. In my opinion, Rush is really great on Hourglass. Breakthrough, not so much. There is definitely a very hard part of the map where it's like the end section where you gotta cross that bridge and then go into where the skyscrapers are. That area is super hard to break through as an attacker. Like, as a defender, you have so much to defend. And the same thing happened with this rush game mode. We were the defenders. As you'll see in the video, we are just like holding down that fort. It is so hard to penetrate because of all the cover that we have and all the advantage. So I definitely think they have to do some type of balancing, maybe take away a little bit of that cover, because there's just too much cover. And also we have the high ground as well, so it's super easy to just bomb down the enemy. I had a lot of fun. I definitely think this rework of Hourglass is a big improvement in my opinion. Now, I would have thought they would have at least kind of centered around the stadium, but for some reason they didn't really do that. That was kind of the focal point of this map before. Now I don't really know what the focal point is. I guess this type of bridge area is the focal point of the map now. Kind of weird that they removed that, but they definitely made the map a lot smaller and a lot more manageable. And honestly, I've never had this much fun on this map ever. So whatever they did definitely improved the feel of the map. So what about the weapons? Now we have attachments for all of the vault weapons. So all of the all-out warfare attachments, all the guns that came out with the game previously, you can now use the all-out warfare attachments for those vault weapons, which is great because whenever we had those vault weapons imported into the main game, the attachments were completely different. Like, they were attachments from Battlefield 3 or Battlefield Bad Company, and it was kind of sucky to not be able to use the standard attachments that you had for your regular weapons. It was kind of weird, right? I don't know, it just kind of felt out of place. So now we can use those attachments and it's super cool, and I'm all for it. Then we have squad management. Now the squad orders and all that, I personally never really got into that. Like, personally, I wasn't ever into squad managing or ordering squads around. Honestly, in my opinion, squads don't really make that big of a difference. Like, nobody really listens to your orders or anything like that. I understand like if you're in communication with your team and you know, everybody kind of knows each other or something like that, or maybe, you know, you've been playing with the same squad for like 4 games already and you kind of understand each other. But if you already know each other, you're probably going to be on voiceover anyways. Like, you're going to be talking to each other, so you don't really need squad orders. I know it's been in the previous Battlefields. I never really used it in those either. I don't know, I just never really got into that. So for me, that doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that part. The biggest change that I feel like came with this update is the dispersion tweaks to the SMGs and LMGs. So basically what that means is that you now have the same type of spread changes as you did with the last update for the assault rifles. So now the assault rifles, the SMGs, and the LMGs now have this similar kind of spread changes to them, which is great. The game actually feels a lot better with this update. I found that the engagement distance has been lowered. It's been tightened up with this update. I've been feeling like the firefights have been longer as well, which is great. It honestly feels a lot more like the previous Battlefields, where you really needed to think about your shot placement, think about the spread of the weapon. You can't just aim and pull on the trigger and you're gonna get a instant kill or something like that, right? This isn't Call of Duty. This is Battlefield. It's different. So the way the guns feel now is a lot better than they did before. Now, it's not perfect. The animations are still static, the death animations and all that. The gunplay is still a little static. It's definitely not as good as Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 1. In my personal opinion, it's still a little funky. It doesn't feel as good as that, but it definitely feels a lot better. All right. I definitely have felt that in this update, I needed to think about my spread. I needed to kind of burst a little bit better, burst a little bit more. I needed to, you know, think about my shot placement a little bit more, all that. So that's definitely been a welcome change. We have what we have. It's definitely playable. I don't hate the game or anything. I think it's a good game as it is, actually. Like, I think it's a solid game. I just don't think it's as good as previous Battlefields. And I still think we need to go back to the old formula. That's what I personally think. It's definitely not fixed, you know what I mean? But it's a lot better. If they released the game in this state, man, the game would have had a lot better of a reception. But still, we have no campaign, and the game just feels a lot different than all the other Battlefields anyway. So either way, that's all I got to say. Thank you guys for watching. Go to like, subscribe, and comment below what you guys think. Have a blessed day.